Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we're going to be recapping the first two rounds of the 2022 NCAA Tournament. So, all perfect brackets. So there's no more perfect brackets left in the tournament. All brackets have been busted in one way or another. So starting off in the first round, we have Gonzaga against Georgia State. So Gonzaga played Georgia State very close Georgia State played Gonzaga very close in the first half. But then in the second half, Gonzaga just dominated. Drew Timme scored 32 points. Chet Holmgren had 7 blocks, and Gonzaga played much better in the second half. Next up, we have Boise State against Memphis. Amani Bates scored 3 points in his return from injury, as Memphis won their first game of the tournament. New Mexico State upset UConn 70-63. For New Mexico State, Teddy Allen scored 37 of their 70 points, leading them to the win. Next up, we have Arkansas narrowly escaping Vermont. I saw this as a popular upset pick. I did not pick them as an upset. Arkansas narrowly escaped. Next up, we have Notre Dame, who needed a team that needed double overtime to escape Rutgers in the first 4. They knocked off Alabama to advance to the second round. The first 3-14 matchup, we have Texas Tech easily beating Montana State. Duke outlasted Davidson to set up another matchup with Duke after Duke beat CS Fullerton. Going down in the bracket to the east, we have Baylor, who dominated Norfolk State. That's what you would expect with a 1 seed and a 16 seed. North Carolina, for me, surprisingly destroyed Marquette. I thought it was unexpectedly lopsided for an 8-9 game. Next up, we had St. Mary's, who beat the other first 4 team that was not a 16 seed, as they easily beat Indiana. UCLA beat Akron. They did have a little trouble with them. However, they were able to get the points when it mattered and end up advancing. Next up, we have Texas against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was a popular upset pick after their strong run in the ACC tournament. However, Texas Tech got the win. Sorry, not Texas Tech, just Texas. They got the win here and moved on. Purdue easily beat the Ivy League champion Yale. Murray State beat San Francisco in an overtime thriller. And another overtime game, St. Peter's shocked Kentucky. And a fun fact about this, more brackets had Kentucky winning the national championship than St. Peter's beating Kentucky. So that's just something to think about. Back up to the south, Arizona beat Wright State. TCU easily beat Seton Hall. Another 8-9 game I didn't expect to be as lopsided. It wasn't lopsided, it just seemed TCU controlled the whole game. Houston beat UAB as they avoided an upset. Not that they were going to get upset, it's just I saw this as a popular upset pick. Illinois just squeaked by Chattanooga. They only led for 25 seconds, but that ended up being enough as they ended up winning the game. Michigan and Colorado State gave us a decent opener to the tournament in the first round. Not an amazing game, however, it was still a good one as Michigan pulled off the upset. Sorry, I forgot to scroll down there. Next up, we have Tennessee. They easily beat Longwood. Ohio State, they got healthy and they beat an experienced Loyola Chicago team. And then Villanova beat Delaware. Kansas easily beat Texas Southern, as you would expect with a 1 seed. Creighton and San Diego State played a great game, however Creighton came out on top with the win. Richmond upset Iowa, so I only think they upset them because of the refs. The refs missed tons of foul calls down the stretch of the game, which I think would have allowed Iowa to get the win. Providence beat South Dakota State. We have the third 6-11 upset of the tournament as Iowa State upset LSU. Next up, we have Wisconsin, who narrowly beat Colgate. Very close game. I didn't expect it, but they did come out with the win. Miami upset USC. They held them off as USC made a comeback, and they held on for the win. and Auburn beat Jacksonville State to conclude our recap of the first round. Back up to the West for recapping the second round. Gonzaga beat Memphis in a close competitive game. Memphis put up a good fight against the number 1 overall seed, but couldn't get the win here. Arkansas ended New Mexico State's season as they ended their run in the tournament. Texas Tech ended the first 4 run of Notre Dame. Sorry, I forgot to scroll down again. Duke and Coach K got the best of rival coach Tom Izzo in their final meeting as Duke narrowly escaped. Down to the East, Baylor came back down 25 points, only to lose this game in overtime, as North Carolina pulled off, for me it was the unlikely victory, to play the winner of UCLA against St. Mary's, which ended up being UCLA. However, very unlucky for UCLA. Star guard / forward, Jaime Jaquez Jr. sprained his ankle, so that's a big blow for the Bruins. For the Bruins, they definitely need him to be able to go against North Carolina. Next up, we have Texas against Purdue. Purdue got the win, and I think Purdue is... They're my favorite to emerge out of this region right now. And they're facing St. Peter's, who became just the third 15 seed ever to advance to the Sweet 16. Most recently was Oral Roberts when they did it last season. Or, I should say, last tournament. Back up to the south, we have Arizona beating TCU in a thrilling game. Went to overtime. Great game. Arizona came out on top. Houston knocked off Illinois, sending the Illini home in the second round for the second year in a row. Michigan continued their run as they upset Tennessee. Sorry, I did it again. I forgot to scroll down. Ohio State came up short against Villanova as Villanova advanced. Kansas beat Creighton. It was a close game. However, Kansas sealed the deal with a David McCormick block. Providence easily beat Richmond. And Iowa State upset Wisconsin in a game where I was surprised with the upset result. Because this game was played in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just 75 miles away from Madison, the home stadium of Wisconsin. So it was the closest to a hostile environment you're going to get in the tournament. I was very surprised with the outcome of this game. And the last game in the second round, and the last game of our recap, we have Miami, who upset Auburn, and it really wasn't close at the end of the game. Miami just easily won, and it wasn't even competitive at the end. So that's all for my round 1 and 2 recap. In case you missed any of those games, there's going to be a lot more March Madness content coming, as well as a lot of other videos. So make sure to subscribe, hit notifications so you won't miss any of those other videos. March Madness related, not March Madness related. Just make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And I will see you in the next video.